him alone.
Hey. Pull over right here for me, please.
For what?
Interfering with an investigation.
Interfering is a physical act.
Well, you stopped here when you tried to flag me down into here.
Well, he told me to pull over. Regardless of your ordinance,
That's an important thing.
I still have my freedom of speech and I can yell whatever I want.
I have nothing else to discuss with you. If you want to prove.
All right, get back to work. Go 10-8.
That's what I'm gonna do, man.
Go 10-8.
Welcome back to the LackLuster channel. On August 20th of 2022, Rice Krispie was driving home with his two young children. As they approached a busy intersection, they noticed several marked units of the Alachua County Sheriff's Office parked on the center divider, speaking to a man that appeared homeless. Many counties in Florida have laws against panhandling, but courts at the state and federal levels are aggressively striking down these laws, viewing the act as protected free speech. As Rice Krispie drives past the scene, he and his daughters exercise their right to free speech by telling the deputies to leave the man alone.
Leave him alone.
Hey.
Leave him alone.
Hey, pull over, man.
Why?
You're yelling at us, interfering with an investigation.
I got my seatbelt off?
I'm not worried about your seatbelt. You're interfering with an investigation.
No, I'm not. Interference is a physical act, liar.
No, it's not.
What's your name and badge number?
Deputy Diaz, the ID 1383. Pull over right here for me, please.
For what?
One of the deputies lies, claiming that Rice Krispie wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and Deputy Diaz misinterprets the legal requirements of obstruction. But before we continue, I want to show you an easy way to earn cash and gift cards to places like Amazon, Nike, and iTunes just for sharing your thoughts. With YouGov, you can take online surveys about politics, public affairs, products, and brands to get cash rewards. I take surveys while I wait for these videos to upload and use the extra cash to help pay for body cam footage. Earn bonus points for signing up and completing your first surveys, and for recommending YouGov to friends and family. Be sure to click my link in the description and start making money. And now, back to the video, where Deputy Diaz is failing to explain his baseless accusations against Rice Krispie.
Pull over right here for me, please.
For what? What?
I've already explained it to you. Interfering with an investigation.
I'm not interfering by saying leave him alone.
You did interfere
By
with
driving
an
by and
investigation.
saying leave
You did
him alone.
Yes, you did, sir. Stop right here for me.
You
okay?
wanna
Thank
bet? That's not interference?
That is interfering. They had to distract
Look
themselves.
me up.
to
Look me
interfere
up.
you. I don't need to look you up, man.
You need to call your sergeant. Call your sergeant right now.
You can call him.
Call your
All right,
sergeant.
If you want to speak to my sergeant, you can call him.
I want you to call your sergeant. I'm
Sir,
asking
can
for
you
your
pull
sergeant.
over right
I'm pulling
here for
over.
me? All right.
Call your sergeant.
You can call him if you'd like to speak to him.
How do I call him?
On your cell
Get on the
phone.
hooks and call your sergeant right now.
You can call him.
Listen.
If you'd like to speak to. I don't need to speak to my sergeant.
I'm asking for your sergeant. Go get him.
No. I'm telling you no.
Okay, you're refusing to get a sergeant.
You can call him.
I want your supervisor.
Call him, please.
How?
Pull over right here.
Where?
Right here in the median.
I can't pull up on the median?
We often see law enforcers misinterpret obstruction statutes. Obstruction is generally a physical act, but does not always have to be. Some examples of this include concealing evidence, acting as a lookout to prevent an intended arrest, and not obeying lawful commands. In this case, Rice Krispie engaged in a constitutionally protected activity, freedom of speech, and the right to redress his grievances, chilling these rights by charging or even threatening to charge Rice Krispie with obstruction for uttering words as an egregious violation of his civil rights, and one of the many reasons the Bill of Rights was drafted. With that much power, they would have limitless possibilities to charge people for anything they claims distracted an officer. A beautiful woman walks by, or even having a car painted too bright are lawful examples of things that could distract an officer's attention, but the law doesn't define obstructing as a mere distraction. Speech alone is not obstruction, and the deputy's accusation starts to appear to be more of a contempt of cop charge than anything else. This becomes even more apparent as Rice Krispie pulls over to speak with the officers as he was ordered to do.
Hey, you want to give me a charge? You want to charge me with something? I'm right here. Yeah. Hey, I'm here. No, they said they want to charge me with something. Huh? All right. Yeah, they're gonna charge me with interfering.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
They're gonna earn themselves a lawsuit.
Yeah, sorry about that, man.
No, you just won me probably $75,000. And I stripped the cop of his qualified immunity because he knows better. Yeah.
All right, man.
Later, man.
Sir, step back to my patrol vehicle for me.
Say again?
Step back to my patrol vehicle for me.
For what?
So we can speak?
Can you get your supervisor?
No. All right. If you want to speak to him, you can call.
No, I want your supervisor here.
Step out of the vehicle for me, please.
I'm stepping out. This is an unlawful detainment. You know that?
You're not detained. I can be in jail
For what?
interfering with an investigation.
That's not true. You can earn yourself a lawsuit like that.
Come stand right in front of my vehicle.
You can earn a lawsuit like
Get
that.
your ID from me.
For what infraction did I commit?
You can look it up, all right? If you're so familiar with the law.
901.151, a reasonable
look it up.
articulable suspicion of a crime. Hey, Sergeant, can you get this guy in check, please? Yeah. My name's Finn, a.k.a. Wrights Crispy.
We're good. I'll meet you down here.
All right.
Sergeant Davis now arrives on scene, but the supervisor is just as clueless as his deputy.
He said that I'm interfering because I drove by. I said, hey, that's freedom of speech. My kids yelled out, leave him alone. This guy starts saying he doesn't have his seatbelt on. That thing goes on before the car does. I always have my seatbelts habit. Then he starts saying I'm interfering.
Give me a second.
Interfering is a physical act.
You talk.
Interfering is a physical act. I'm
Just
trying
so
to
you know,
educate
in
him.
a lot- You're using some kind of condescending terms. I'm pretty
Oh, no,
sure
sir.
he's familiar
I
with
don't
the
mean
law.
that.
He's been doing this quite a long time. Hear me out.
Sure.
In Alachua County, it is actually illegal to panhandle on the side of a roadway.
I know it's against the ordinance.
Okay, so when you say it's freedom of speech,
Yep.
he's actually doing his job. The taxpayers are requesting that he do. That's part of his job.
Right.
So when they are stopped and talking to this guy who's in the middle of the roadway out here panhandling,
Yeah.
that's part of their job. They're actually legally required to do that. Because
Okay.
It's a violation of county ordinance. So when you stop to talk to them,
I didn't stop.
Okay, well you stopped here when you tried to flag me down into here.
Well, he told me to pull over, and I didn't have anywhere to pull over. I'm sorry. Don't get upset. I'm
I'm
just
not
explaining,
upset, but-
clarifying.
The issue is I'm trying to explain something to you.
Sure. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And
I'll wait
you're
my
really
turn.
just trying to make an issue out of something
No.
that you may not either understand, which I'm trying to explain to you, and you've interrupted me almost a couple times. So just
And I
hear me out,
apologize.
and then I'll listen to you, okay?
Sure.
So in the future, if you have a concern about what's going on, there's nothing wrong with calling the sheriff's office. You can call and say, hey, can I speak to the supervisor? Reference whatever I have a concern with, and then we will try to answer that. If it's an issue that needs to be addressed, we'll address that issue. But if it's an issue where you're not understanding the law, we need to explain it to you. Just be receptive to the fact, okay, maybe I wasn't aware that's the law and that's what their job is.
The supervisor fails to realize the importance of free speech, and after interrupting Wrights Crispy, while simultaneously accusing him of interrupting, he fails to understand that Wrights Crispy was told to pull over for speaking.
But in the future, please do not stop in the middle of a roadway when you try to flag me down, because if you would have got rear-ended, that's going to be a ticket on you. You can't stop standing in the middle of a public roadway. So just pull over, get out here and go, hey, Sarge, can I talk to you when you're done? And I'll come over here and talk to you. Make sense?
Yeah. All right. May I?
Yes, sir.
All right. I didn't stop or slow down. I was going with the flow of traffic. I have it all on dash cam. I never stopped over there. I know that there's a county ordinance on that. We're going to challenge that. It's an unconstitutional ordinance. And I was saying, with my own freedom of speech, leave him alone. So did my kids. Then this guy with the beard started saying that I had a no seatbelt on. That's a lie. That's making a false accusation against me. Then this guy says that I'm interfering, regardless of
Were you told to move on?
Excuse me.
Were you told to move on?
No.
So nobody told you to move on, you're not involved in this?
No, sir. I have it all on video.
Okay.
Once he said that I'm interfering, that's an unconstitutional ordinance that you have. And interfering,
Is it actually?
regardless of your
Who
ordinance.
said it's unconstitutional?
In the appellate court case of Retraus versus the state of Florida, Mr. Retraus was, quote, actively begging for money at a bus station. He was charged and convicted with panhandling. The court found that Mr. Retraus was charged for violating a content-based regulation of protected speech in a traditional public forum, and overturned the conviction because they, quote, see no reason to continue to infringe on Mr. Retraus' First Amendment rights. So to answer Sergeant Davis's question, the Florida Supreme Court says it's unconstitutional as recently as 2021.
The Supreme Court,
That's incorrect. That was the prior law, not the current law.
The United States Supreme Court has ruled on this.
Incorrect, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. Now, aside from that, whether it's a constitution or not, regardless of your ordinance,
important thing.
I still have my freedom of speech, and I can yell whatever I want out the window.
That's fine, and he can also tell you to move on down the road. And
I did.
If you refuse to do that while he's in the middle of an investigation, you're now harassing a law enforcement officer conducting
No,
his
we're not.
responsibility.
We can't harass.
You can
Harassment.
talk to whoever you'd like to talk to.
Look up harassment.
Sir, nothing I can help you
You're
with.
wrong with
You
that
already know-
again.
Well, how can I help you?
Maybe get a lieutenant here
Not gonna
who
happen.
understands.
You can contact the sheriff's office, you can contact your attorney,
All right.
you can contact the judge, whoever you think you need to speak to, because it's obvious you're not open to the actual law.
I've done this for 3 years. I know it's not that long.
fine.
It's not as long
I'm
as
not
you
gonna
guys,
be
but I have a
harassed
little
by an
bit.
individual. There's a reason. There's a place
I'm not
to do
trying to
this.
harass
Well,
you,
that's
man.
exactly what you did to the deputy over there.
That's
So
not
there's-
what I did to the
that's actually all
deputy.
recorded,
That's a
just
false
so you know.
accusation again.
Sir, I have nothing else to discuss with you. If you want to prove
All right, get back to work. Go 10-8.
That's what I'm gonna do, man.
Go 10-8. Go 10-8. I wear my seatbelt all the time, liar. What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
Check the seatbelt.
What's your name and badge number?
Check the seatbelt.
That's not your name and badge number, is
Right
it?
there, isn't it? It's all this.
Can you give me his name and badge number? They failed to identify.
They want to look up the new Florida statute regarding harassing law enforcement.
Is
Look
there-
that one up. It's
I
getting ready
will.
to take place, and you're really getting to the issue where these deputies were doing nothing to you. You want to walk up in their
I have a
face.
freedom of
You and I
speech,
discussed
and I can
today.
redress my
That's correct.
grievances.
You're
I
also
want his
private
name and
property.
badge number
His name
because
is-
he.
His name is Deputy Aldis. Okay.
What's his badge number?
Tell me badge number.
1791.
1791, and yours again?
Tag number for
Okay.
Hotel Bravo 21. So I'll know when you call in who I spoke with.
If
What's
you
your
run
name?
that through David, that's a
I'm gonna
retaliation.
run it through my record system. because You're
NCIC?
now going to be flagged as an individual who's intentionally trying to harass law enforcement.
That
in
you're
Los
gonna-
Angeles County.
okay, I have
That's
that on
correct.
record.
That's correct. Have a
Stand
good
by,
day.
Sergeant Davis.
ID 4.
You got it. You got it.
Take care.
I just stripped the cop of his qualified immunity
That's
Monday.
fine. That's fine.
Get some more. Look me up. Finton Vargas versus City of
Vargas?
Largo.
Okay, I appreciate
That's right. Look it up.
And you're from Alachua County?
Versus City of Largo and Thomas Disney.
We're talking about Alachua County.
Check it out. Check it out.
I don't need to, sir.
Yeah, I'm in Alachua
I know
County
you-
now. I'm gonna be here for the rest
Sir,
of my life too.
It's apparent you're trying to create an issue.
No, I'm trying to create change,
Well, then
positive
go
change.
to the court
I
to
have
do it.
friends and family with that badge, and you're making it look like crap right
No,
now.
You're incorrect on that. Go to
Yeah,
the court
right.
system. That's where you do that. You don't do it in the middle of the street. while
No,
they're
we
trying
can
to
do it in the
their
middle of
job.
the street because I have a
It is
freedom
not-
of speech and
not in-
freedom to seek redress for my grievances.
You obviously are
It's
not
the
open
First
to understand.
Amendment.
Have a good day.
It's the First Amendment. Stop being stubborn. Go 10-8. Get back to work and do your job right. Arrepentido.
Take it easy, buddy.
Ya tú sabes.
Have a good one.
Tú me entendiste.
Have a good one, man.
Arrepentido.
While the conversation with Sergeant Davis was happening, Deputy Diaz tried talking to Rice Krispies kids.
What's up, guys?
Why did you go after that homeless guy? Dennis asked answer.
Aldis.
Of course, Deputy Diaz had no good answer. This incident had two major issues. First was the two deputies lying about a seatbelt and pulling Rice Krispie over for his speech. Second was Officer Davis. While he dispersed his lying, uneducated deputies without filing false charges on Rice Krispie, he refused to listen, interrupting several times as Rice Krispie told him that Deputy Diaz ordered him to pull over. Instead, Sergeant Davis continuously spoke over him, though he had not witnessed the incident, and elected to manufacture a situation in which Rice Krispie stopped in the middle of the street to harass cops. His aggression, manipulation of the facts, and intimidation tactics against a citizen for speaking are disgusting. A big thanks to YouGov for sponsoring this video, and to Rice Krispie for calling me up and sending me this video. Links to his channel and the YouGov website will be in the description down below. Be sure to let him know that I sent you. As always, thanks for watching. If you have a video you'd like to submit for review, use the link in the description or pinned comment. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification for future content. And remember to like, share, and comment down below of what you think of this interaction. It really helps the channel. If you enjoy our content, try our other channels, LackLuster Limited for criminal psychology content, and The Odd Side for paranormal videos. Shirts and other merchandise are available at the Teespring store. Memberships start at just $1 if you'd like to help further support the channel and get a slick Lack logo next to your name. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. All links are down below.